Right, and we're live. Another membership machine show. I've got my regular co-host of my two regular co-hosts. I've got Haroon with me, and I'm just going to do my countdown. We're going to go straight into it. So 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, folks, to the Membership Machine Show. This is episode 96. In this show, let's switch off my email. I keep forgetting that. So 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, folks, to the Membership Machine Show. This is episode... You're being a bit noisy, Haroon. Right, let's do this again. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, folks, to the Membership Machine Show. This is episode 96. In this episode, we're going to be talking about building your membership website using a couple key WordPress tools, MemberPress and FluentCRM. I've got my regular co-host, Haroon, with me. Haroon, would you like to quickly introduce yourself to the new listeners and viewers?
Certainly. Thank you, Jonathan. Hi, everyone. I've been working in the tech industry since 2000, so almost 2.5 decades, and with WordPress for over a decade and a half. And I specialize in building advanced and complex solutions using WordPress, primarily utilizing some of the best-in-class plugins out there, but also dabbling into custom code where need be. So that's me.
Yeah, I'm in Haroon's hands with this particular episode because he's a big fan of MemberPress. I'm a big fan of FluentCRM, but I think he I think he likes Fluent, but he also likes Groundhog. So I don't really care what we talk about, but I think using a native WordPress CRM, something like Active Campaign, and I know Haroon likes MemberPress, so I thought we would have a general conversation about that. Should be a great show. You should get a lot of information from it. Before we go into the meat and potatoes of this podcast, I've got a major message from our major sponsor. We will be back in a few moments, folks. 3, 2, 1. I'm coming back, folks, or we are coming back, to be more precise. I want to point out that we've got some fabulous special deals from the major sponsors, plus a curated list of the best WordPress plugins and services if you're looking to build a membership website or a community-focused website. Saves you a ton of time looking for the best solutions. They're all mapped out. Plus, we got a great resource of a course that shows you how to build a membership website from A to Z, and you get 50% off the normal price. To get all these goodies, all you have to do is go over to WP-Tonic.com/deals, WP-Tonic.com/deals, and you'll find all the goodies there. What more could you ask for? That's all I would say. So, that got a grin from Haroon. There we go. So, I'm in your hands. So, maybe we start, if you were trying to explain, what are the benefits of kind of mixing MemberPress with something like FluentCRM or Groundhog? What are some of the benefits a person would get by utilising MemberPress with a marketing automation plugin? Do you think this is a good place to start, Haroon?
Oh, yes. Just a second, let me pull up the page. Okay. Yeah. So just a membership website alone can be a great resource already. And in many use cases, for like small scope use cases, that's all you need. But plugging in a CRM into the mix really kicks things up a notch. I mean, it opens up so many possibilities. You can segment all of your members based on their interactions with your site. You can send them campaigns accordingly. You can send them text messages or like with Groundhog, text messages and emails accordingly. And you can sort of have automations built in that grant them access to different areas of the site based on the interactions that they've done with the site. So it like opens up the possibilities in a way that just a membership plugin alone cannot.
Yeah, kind of, like some of the SaaS competitors like Kajabi, Podia, there's a number of them. If you haven't got the landing page, see at WP-Tonic, Haroon, we utilise Cadence WP and we provide our own starter themes that we've produced in Cadence. But it's a great resource to build landing pages, and then we use Fluent Forms with FluentCRM. And we also got our own solution, so people can really do their email marketing and build their own landing pages and build their own website in a more unified solution. But if you don't have these elements, you're a bit confined, aren't you?
Absolutely. I completely agree. You're limited to just the run-of-the-mill membership site features where someone signs up, they get assigned a plan, and they get access. That's pretty much about it. They renew the plan and go about their business. With a CRM, you can have like combined with a robust form plugin, you can have different sort of flows where you have a completely custom built onboarding flow in which you find more and more information about your customers, and based on that information you segment them, you add tags to them, and then based on tags you can send them different campaigns, you can send them broadcasts, you can add them to automations, and you get to really know your audience. You get to know who's doing what on the site, who's a high value member, who's just signed up and then forgotten about their membership in the first place. You can maybe send them custom tailored emails to engage them. So there's no point in inviting all members to engage with the site in a blank manner. Like it's going to annoy members who are already on your site every single day. So you want to send them different campaigns. You want to send idlers different campaigns. You want to send engaged ones different campaigns. This is where a CRM like Groundhog, which is my top choice, or FluentCRM, which is also great, they really shine.
So if somebody was coming to you for consultation and they're looking to build a membership website and they kind of bring up LearnDash, Lifter LMS or Tutor LMS, and then they also bring up MemberPress. How do you kind of explain what are the key things that you think they need to know to make an educated decision about, are they going to use a learning management system or are they going to use MemberPress? How do you attempt to explain this to them, Haroon?
So when it comes to a learning management system, if all they want to offer their users are just pre-recorded videos that users can just watch and then go about their business, then a full-fledged learning management system might be overkill. I mean, it is overkill then. Then all they need is a way for people to sign up and then gain access to resources, which in this case would be videos. So in such a case, like I'll make the tech decisions for them. Usually when people come to me, they want me to make the tech decisions for them based on their business requirements. So if their business doesn't require users to interact with full-fledged courses, it's just a bunch of videos, then yeah, a bare bones membership plugin gets the job done. But if they need anything beyond that, if they need courses to be segmented further into lessons and topics, and then they want to add quizzes, they want to add certificates and whatnot, and they want to have like groups around every particular subject or every particular lesson or topic in which the students can interact with the instructor or with each other. In that case, a more robust LMS solution is what I recommend and what I implement. So that's the key distinction.
Right. So there's a lot. So let's say through that consultation, the clients decided that it is MemberPress. What are the key things that you really like about MemberPress, and what, based on your experience, what are some of the key things people got to know and understand that you think people get that would benefit people knowing, based on your experience, about MemberPress?
So plugins like MemberPress, which are dedicated membership plugins, in contrast to, let's say, something like WooCommerce memberships and subscriptions. I'll start with that. So with a dedicated membership plugin, which is built from the ground up to be a membership first plugin, first and foremost, you get a very streamlined sign up process, which is like no frills. It's not like a product based, like a shopping cart based buying process. You don't really have to add something to a cart and then check out. It's just, you're shown the membership plans available. You select one, fill in your bare basic needed information, no shipping address needed, and you buy the membership plan. And secondly, it's like with, particularly in case of MemberPress, in my experience, it's practically infinitely customizable. You can, it gives you lots of defaults, lots of very sane defaults that you can use without having to really dig deep. But if you want to dig deep and customize every aspect of the sign-up flow and then the upgrade path flow and pretty much every interaction with the plugin, it gives you all the resources to do that, and it gives you excellent custom coding API. It's got really good hooks and actions and filters available, so WordPress hooks, using which you can customize it to your heart's content. So for any solutions that require lots of customization, my top choice is something like MemberPress. But if so, like, there are scenarios in which I would prefer WooCommerce based WooCommerce memberships and WooCommerce subscription based solution as well. If the client site is already using WooCommerce for its e-commerce transactions, then might as well utilize that and build on top of that. Though one could make a case that even in such a scenario, having a dedicated plugin handle memberships could be better. In my experience, that has been better as well. But where WooCommerce really shines is support for payment gateways. So if you're just using Stripe or PayPal or maybe to checkout or some of the most famous ones out there, it'll either be natively integrated in tools like MemberPress, or you would be able to find an integration, third-party one. But with WooCommerce, no matter how obscure of a gateway of some country-specific provider it is, generally you have way better luck finding an integration compared to something like MemberPress. Yeah, so that's one scenario in which I've had to utilize WooCommerce memberships when I otherwise would have gone with MemberPress.
Right. So I think there's a lot of membership plugins out there. I think let's just go through three that I think are direct competitors and just get what your experience are of them. So I think you got Restrict Content Pro, yes. You got Paid Membership Pro, and you got Sure Member. And the reason why I bring up Sure Member is that it integrates with SureCart because it's from the same people, and a lot of people are interested in using SureCart. So, and we provide SureCart as a solution at WP-Tonic. So of those are there any key things? So I was coming for a consultation. I was looking at MemberPress, but I was looking at Restrict Content Pro, Paid Membership Pro, or Sure Member. What would be your reaction? How would you try and explain? Are there any of those that I've just mentioned that you think aren't particularly as good as MemberPress? Or is it all kind of swings and roundabouts, really?
You can't really go wrong with either of these three. All three of these are very, very solid products with great support, with a good track record, with seriously professional companies, development teams behind them. So you really can't go wrong with any of these three. I don't have any gripes with any of them. It's just that I've been using MemberPress for so long, and I'm so comfortable with it that usually when it comes to picking a membership plugin, that's my first choice, because I know that it'll take me less time to implement something in it based on my experience with it. And I'll need to, although I've worked with the other two as well, but I'll need to do more digging around, more reading the documentation. With MemberPress, it's just like, I know it like the palm of my hand, if you will. Is it palm of my hand, or is it the back of my hand?
Yeah.
What's the idiom?
I don't know, I've forgotten myself. When it comes, what's your attitude about SureCart and Sure Member and SureCart, especially SureCart, because it comes from the Astra team. I think they've done it, but it's a kind of quasi SaaS WordPress solution, isn't it? They've got it.
Yeah.
They've got it hosted. They seem. We've had a couple of clients recently that had kind of digital and physical and courses mixture, but they just didn't want to use WooCommerce, and so they were looking at SureCart, and I think they've been reasonably happy. So what's your attitude? Because it is a kind of hybrid, isn't it? It's a little bit unusual because they are got it hosted themselves. What's your whole attitude about that?
So SureCart itself has a hosted component where the actual checkout part is not handled on your servers, it's handled on their servers. And when it comes to Sure Members, I think that one's a fully native solution, other than the checkout process for which it relies on SureCart. So yeah, I mean, I personally don't use that. I don't know. It's just I'm more of a keeping everything self-hosted guy wherever I can. Yeah. So it's a personal preference, if you will. But the team behind it, both the Astra team, Brainstorm Force, and Adam from WP Crafter, it's their joint venture. So both of those guys are really solid. They've got a track record of producing excellent quality products, and based on community feedback, seems to be a great choice. So yeah, if having the checkout on a third-party service is something that you're fine with, by all means, go ahead with it. But another thing,
because you have got the reissue, because they on the SureCart, they do offer a very attractive free plan, don't they?
Yeah.
And then the other plans, compared to other fully SaaS solutions, it still seems quite good value. But you also got the reassurance, I think Sure Member will work with WooCommerce. So if you ever feel you get disenchanted or whatever with the SureCart, you got the option to go and integrate the membership plugin with WooCommerce, haven't you? Because based on my experience, when you choose one of the reasons, I just want to put this and get your reply before we go for our mid-break. the thing is, you do need to have somebody like either WP-Tonic or have a consultation with Haroon, because based on my experience, if you're going to go down the membership plugin or the LMS plugin route, and then you choose wrong, but you've already got some traction, it's painful having to drop a membership and move somewhere else. Unlike full SaaS platforms like Kajabi, it's possible. It's possible to get off Kajabi, but it's even more painful because it really is a totally just copy and paste job, where depending if you go with a well-known plugin, they normally there are some methodologies that allow you to export the data somewhere else. But it's still painful, isn't it, to some degree? What's your...
Well, I'd say it's more painful to migrate from a non-WordPress SaaS platform to another non-WordPress SaaS platform, or from a non-WordPress SaaS platform to a WordPress-based solution like any of the ones that we've discussed. It's way more painful because you don't get full database access to all the raw data on their platforms. You just get the data that they allow you to export. With WordPress, you always have the assurance that no matter what, if there's no GUI tool to let you export everything and import into another plugin, you can always, with the right skills or hiring the right developer, you can always dig into the database. You can export everything from there, change the column labels to the desired ones, and then import it into the new system, and even do any processing that you need to before you import it into the new system. So that freedom, that is something you can't really buy.
No, it's possible it will, but like say what Haroon, I agree with everything he's just outlined, because if you're on a SaaS system and you want to move to another SaaS system, or you want to move to the digital sovereignty and ownership of WordPress, it's going to be very painful if you've got any size membership business, or it's totally possible, but it's going to be painful to some degree, or and also in cost, where if you're moving from one WordPress solution to the other, there's some degree of difficulty, but it's a lot less. I think that's a good place for us to go for our middle break. In the second half of the show, I'm going to be asking Haroon about the things that people might need to understand about choosing a marketing automation solution on WordPress, and some of the SaaS solutions and some of the hybrid solutions. It can get a little bit confusing, but hopefully with Haroon's help, we can clarify things for you. We will be back in a few moments, folks. 3, 2, 1. We're coming back, folks. We've hopefully given you some insights in the first half about choosing the right membership plugin, and about some of the strengths of MemberPress and some of the things you need to know. Before we go into the second half of the show, I want to bring to your attention a great free resource, and that's the Membership Machine Show Facebook group. It's totally free. It has a mixture of membership entrepreneurs like you trying to build a membership business in 2024, plus a load of WordPress people. It's a great mixture. It's totally free. I'm regularly putting content almost every day onto that area. We love you to join, so please go to Facebook, find us on Facebook and join. It's totally free. So, like I said, let's have a look. So, somebody comes for consultation and they're looking at SaaS marketing automatizations. As we discussed in previous shows, there seems to be kind of free buckets, but there's a lot of greyness here. You got, and the greyness is you have either got a native WordPress solution like Groundhog or FluentCRM, There's about 3 to 4 out there, native solutions. And then you've got a load of SaaS solutions. But in between those two clear, a lot of those SaaS solutions offer a WordPress plugin. And those plugins, some of them are quite good, what they offer. Others are useless. They're not worth bothering with. And that's where a lot of the grey, like OmniSend, who's a sponsor of the show, that's a SaaS platform. It does marketing automation and text, SMS messaging. But their plugin, it seems pretty good for a SaaS provider, where there's some other WordPress plugin from SaaS providers, and to some extent I would apply that to Zoho. Some of Zolo's plugins are quite good, others, but a lot of them are not that particularly good. Can you see where would you agree what I'm trying to outline, and what would you add to? I think I'm struggling. Could you help out, Aaron?
I agree. Over here, I'd like to invite all of you to watch the video, maybe bookmark it for later, that Jonathan and I did a few weeks ago on what's the name of that plugin that ties SaaS?
WP Fusion.
WP Fusion, yeah. So we covered this subject in a lot of depth in that one. So you might want to have like an in-depth look at that one as well. But to briefly sum it up, yes, Jonathan is in the right direction. With just the native plugins offered by these SaaS tools, you can't really do much other than maybe sending email addresses into that CRM system when someone signs up. Usually, that's pretty much the extent.
We've lost your camera, Haroon.
Wait a second.
You've gone all black, Haroon.
It says battery died, but it's supposed to be plugged into to be plugged into my charger.
There you go. Technology strikes again.
Yeah.
Especially when you're live, folks. It always something tends to go wrong when you're live.
Yeah.
But we do pretty good. So we'll continue. Sorry, I just thought I had to tell you we're not seeing your handsome profile anymore, Haroon.
So shall we just continue with my without? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So where was I? So
you were agreeing with me, which I rarely hear. So I was in shock and horror, actually, Aaron.
So in such a scenario, utilizing something like WP Fusion, if you have to use a third-party SaaS platform, makes a lot of sense if you're going to do anything beyond merely send email addresses of people signing up from your site into like opt-in form results basically into the third-party CRM. Beyond that, lots and lots of interactions happen on a site that aren't just new opt-ins. For example, someone signs up for a membership and then takes a course, finishes a lesson in a course, or buys a particular product on a site. They're already a member. They buy a product. So that sort of integration is in my opinion, best done utilizing a WordPress native CRM and marketing automation solution like Groundhog, my top choice, or something like FluentCRM, Jonathan's top choice.
Yeah, because apart from OmniSend, and I might be a bit unfair, I think a lot of the SaaS provided WordPress plugins, maybe HubSpot might be but HubSpot is in a different league as a product that a lot of our listeners would probably want to go to. But the majority of the others, I think you're going to be disappointed very quickly with the limited integration they offer, especially if you've got a membership and multiple courses that they're going to be providing through that plugin. I think OmniSend is one of the better ones. I know that they are actively building direct integrations with Lifter LMS and I think with LearnDash. I know definitely with Lifter LMS. And also they invested a lot of money and time in marketing themselves in the WordPress space. But I think if you are seriously looking to have the power of marketing automation with your membership website, you're going to have to look at a native solution. The question I've got with you is that if you've got a fair few plugins and quite a large email list, and let's say you got quite a few courses, I tend to advise people to look at having something like FluentCRM or Groundhog on a website, a subdomain, and not have it as part of the main website. But that can cause some technical problems. What's your own thought about that? I'm just think at a certain stage you're better off on having it on a subdomain, but it's another totally grey area. So I'd be interested in your own thoughts about this.
There are pros and cons to both, but one of the major con is that then you essentially have to consider like syncing data between those two sites, those two installations, using something like WP Fusion. So it's like another overhead, another complication added, when the core benefit of an open source platform like WordPress is that you can keep things consolidated into one system so that everything, all the data can be accessed by all tools involved from the same database without requiring external API calls or syncing data between two different databases. So one source of truth. That's the primary benefit you lose. And in that case, without WP Fusion, I don't think there's a viable way to make those sites speak with each other.
Well, I know there is some
unless you want to code everything using the API yourself.
Well, I know there's some other plugin that allow people to share data from one domain to the other, but I'm in total agreement with me. If you're looking at that, you've got to really, in my opinion, use WP Fusion. I suppose the reason that we don't shy away, only in the right circumstance, Haroon, I want to point out, is that we provide WP Fusion as part of our hosting package. So there's no cost to the client. As long as they host with us, they get a full access to WP Fusion because we got a lifetime multiple site license with WP Fusion, which we bought. Well, actually, I think the owner many years ago was very nice to me and gave it to me, actually, because he's a great guy. And we do sing the praises of WP Fusion. But unless you're using WP Fusion, I'm in total agreement. I don't think you should look at it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But I think because of the quality of WP Fusion, I think if you're using WP Fusion, based on your experience, do you think it probably works okay?
Oh, it works brilliantly. Not just okay, it works great. When you utilize it, it gets the job done in a remarkable way. You get to sync all the necessary information from one site to the other. For example, a user interaction happens on one site, and that can trigger an action on the CRM installation, which is on a subdomain or a separate domain altogether. And it happens, depending on the latency and all, it happens very quickly. There's not a lot of delay in it.
So when it comes that they decided that maybe they've been using something like ActiveCampaign or ConvertKit, I get a lot of people that have been using WordPress with ConvertKit. They've rebranded themselves recently with Kit, called Kit now.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of people use the old name ConvertKit, or they're using ActiveCampaign. And They love Active Campaign and they love ConvertKit. They're both very good platforms, but they get very, if you're in that getting traction, you're really building a membership website. Based on my experience, they get quite expensive quite quickly. And then they look at, they already got a WordPress website, and because one of the attractions of ConvertKit is that for a long time there wasn't a good landing page solution like you get with something like Cadence or one of the other page builders. There wasn't a CRM systems like Groundhog or Fluent. They just weren't available. So ConvertKit felt kind of was really aimed at the blogger, the creator, the influencer. These are the type of people that are attracted to WordPress. So they filled the space. And then you had the more corporate that also utilising WordPress, like associations, non-profits, medium-sized businesses up to 100, 200 people, organisations. And they tended to look at Active Campaign. But then it got expensive. So would you agree what I'm outlining? And then how do you explain, so they're looking at Groundhog, they're looking at Fluent, they're looking at WP funnels. They're the three main players.
There was another one as well, something Flowmatic or something to do with Flow. Yeah. So when clients come to me from something like Active Campaign or Kit, previously ConvertKit, and
do you, sorry to interrupt, do you think I was on the right track? The outline,
Yes, I agree.
All right.
So like when they come to me seeking alternatives or just prospecting for options that may provide them with more control, less of a Frankenstein funnel mess, and also many of them are looking for better pricing as well. So when I tell them that with a native solution, they're never ever going to pay based on the number of subscribers they have or the number of team members they have on the account, they're like, whoa, does that exist? It's like some of them aren't aware of something like this even being in existence because they're so used to paying based on the number of subscribers on all these platforms. And it's not like you pay for 10,000 subscribers and then you get to send unlimited emails to them. Pretty much all of these platforms have some cap on the number of emails you can send as well, like some sort of cap, some sort of policy. So yeah, when I tell them about that, and generally it calculates well, depending on the type of business, you could call it substantial savings or you could call it pocket change savings. But the control they get and the peace of mind they get and the full ownership of data they get, that's priceless. So yeah, that's something to always consider, because with a native solution, like be it Groundhog, be it FluentCRM, be it other alternatives based on WordPress, there's no charging for the number of subscribers. It's all about, MailPoet does it. MailPoet charges by the number of subscribers if you use their sending service. But hey, that's like automatic territory. And these days we don't want to step there. So yeah, ever since Automatic bought MailPoet, it's in my opinion, it was a pretty decent tool back in the day. Now it's like a little sibling of Jetpack, but I digress. So coming back to the likes of Groundhog and FluentCRM, you just pay for the features you need in the tool, and then you pay for the emails that you send to the actual email sending service that you use, which is another third party. So it could be like Brevo, which was previously Sendinblue, which is a great option. It could be what Jonathan uses, SendGrid, and it could be my top option, my top priority, because of how well acquainted I am with it and because of how much of an industry standard it is among the development world, and how reliable it is, how robust it is, and how cheap it is. Amazon SCS, AWS SCS. Yeah, with that, the overall cost comes down to often a fraction of what they're paying. But hey, for some businesses, like if they have 50,000 members and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in revenue from those members, whether they're paying $800 a month or $200 a month, that difference, that saving of $600 a month for a business bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars a month is pocket change, is chump change. So many of them don't really do it just to save those few $100. Many of them do it because of the flexibility, because of the ownership of data, and because of not having restrictions based on the number of subscribers they have. So it's like a freedom.
Yeah, the thing with Amazon, I think it's fantastic, but I just feel you got to be, you got to be sending out quite a lot of email to make that worthwhile. The other one is WP Funnels with their mail mint, because we offer that. They seem still to be doing a good job, but it's a bit confusing, WP Funnels, and then you got the mail mint. It's not that confusing if you host with WP-Tonic, because we provide both. But I tend to forget about them. But you put me onto them. I think they're still doing a good job, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
I think, they're still doing a pretty good job. And there's another one called Woo Funnel, but I think I'm going to remove that. And I bought a lifetime deal with them as well. So you're well covered. I invested, and at WP-Tonic we've built our own solution as well that kind of integrates building landing pages. So it's our add-on that provides the kind of ConvertKit kind of environment to our hosting environment. But I think I'm right about ConvertKit, because I really do think they aimed at that blogger, influencer, YouTube creator, TikTok creator that also had a WordPress website, and there just wasn't a really easy to use solution, was there, Arun?
Yeah, back in the day, but now I would pick a native solution over them pretty much any day.
Yeah, and then like I say, you got the active campaign, especially if they're on HubSpot active campaign, this not quite enterprise, but encroaching on kind of enterprise level for the organization between 50 and maybe 500 people. It gets very expensive if they're doing a lot of and they tend to also then look at WordPress native solutions. Would you agree at that?
Agreed, 100%.
So they come at different backgrounds, but it's one of the things that this podcast, why I wanted to do this podcast, and I've been doing it now for almost 18 months, can't believe that, is I think a lot of people weren't aware of the email marketing automation functionality that was now natively available on the WordPress platform. And I think we've done a reasonable job of promoting it. I think it's time to wrap it up. I think we've given some good information and some good insights about some of the options, Haroon. What's the best way for people to find out more about you and what you're up to?
So before we wrapped up, I also wanted to share one more insight with people. So, like on the primary subject of the show, so with something like MemberPress and FluentCRM, or actually no, I don't think you can do it. I'm not 100% sure if you can do it with FluentCRM, but with Groundhog you sure can. So you can use the CRM's features to filter your members by the total amount they've spent on the site. by the count of subscriptions they have. If you've got multiple types of subscriptions, by the total number of transactions they've had, by what type of active membership they have, and by the count of their membership. So like if you're selling multiple types of memberships, and people are buying multiple membership plans, like their membership for physical products that get sent out to members every month or periodically. So you can segment, filter contacts by all of that, and then send them targeted emails as well. So and also based on member interaction, you can give them a gift membership plan as well. So things like that. So yeah. Now coming to what you asked, how's the best way to reach out to me? It's hqraja.com. What you see on my screen, because you can't see my face, it's hqraja. Just put a .com at the end of it and you'll reach my website. And over there, you'll find the contact form to reach out to me.
Yeah. Next time Haroon's on the show, he'll put more money in the meter so we can see him throughout the show. But I think we've covered some fantastic stuff as usual. Thank you, Haroon, for coming on the show. I think between the two of us, we really do give some great value to the listeners. I've got some fabulous feedback. Like I say, if there's any questions, you can always leave a comment with a question by going to the WP-Tonic YouTube channel, and you can watch the whole episode and put any questions, or you can go to the WP-Tonic website and you can book a free chat with me or Haroon. Go to him as well. We will be back next week with another subject around WordPress, SaaS, anything that we think would be helpful to you in your journey to build a successful membership community website in 2024 and 2025. That's rapidly coming up. We'll see you soon, folks. Bye.